If you had to design a flying machine to stalk enemy armor from behind a hill, spot a tank column through rain, dust, and smoke, and swat those tanks like flies without ever peeking more than a radar dome over the skyline, how would you do it? Would you build a helicopter that can talk to drones, share targets over a digital network, and fire forget-me-not missiles that do the remembering for you? Welcome to the AH-64 Apache Longbow, equal parts attack helicopter, sensor fusion platform, and bad day for armored vehicles. What makes the Longbow special? The AH-64 Apache was already a formidable attack helicopter before the Longbow variant arrived, but the addition of the mast-mounted AN/APG-78 fire control radar transformed it from a flying gunship into a tank-killing mastermind. This radar, perched above the rotor like an oversized hat, can peer through dust, smoke, and rain using millimeter wave frequencies, detect dozens of targets at once, and pass that information directly to the crew. The genius lies in its ability to scan, while the rest of the helicopter stays hidden behind terrain, allowing the Apache to pop up, acquire targets, and duck back into cover. That ability to sort, prioritize, and assign targets in seconds made the Longbow infamous among tank commanders who suddenly discovered their expensive armor columns had become clay pigeons. Over the years, the radar has been steadily upgraded, and in its version 6 configuration, it even gained maritime modes, making it useful against surface vessels. The Guardian evolution. The Apache did not stop at the Longbow. The latest US Army variant, the AH-64E Guardian, incorporates stronger GET-700 GE-701D engines, composite rotor blades, and an improved drivetrain, giving it a top speed of around 164 knots and significantly better performance in hot and high environments. These changes mean it can move faster, climb harder, and haul heavier weapons. Beyond raw power, the Guardian is also digitally networked, capable of controlling drones, receiving sensor feeds, and integrating into multi-domain operations. In effect, the Guardian is not just a helicopter but a flying node in a battlefield web, able to share data as easily as it shares firepower. The rise of manned-unmanned teaming. One of the Guardian's most remarkable features is manned-unmanned teaming, or MUMT. This system allows the Apache crew to control drones such as the MQ-1C Gray Eagle, tasking them to scout, surveil, or even lace targets for the helicopter's weapons. Imagine peeking around a corner with a drone while the helicopter stays safe behind cover, or receiving live video directly into the cockpit while preparing a missile strike. The result is a dramatically shortened kill chain, where the time between finding a target and firing on it can be reduced to mere moments. Combined with Link 16 and other modern data links, the Apache becomes a cooperative predator, fighting as part of a larger network instead of as an isolated gunship. Arrowhead, the eyes that never blink. Of course, no predator is complete without sharp eyes, and the Apache's MTADS/PNVS Arrowhead sensor suite delivers just that. Mounted on the nose, these high-tech optics provide long-wave and mid-wave infrared high-resolution TV imagery, and a powerful laser designator and rangefinder. The stabilized gimbal allows crews to find, identify, and track targets at great distances, day or night. Newer upgrades added color and low-light cameras, blending of thermal and visual feeds, and picture-in-picture modes that reduce crew workload. The result is a system that allows the Apache to spot, identify, and prepare to strike targets long before those targets even know they have been seen. Built to survive. The Apache has earned its reputation not only for lethality, but also for survivability. Its twin-engine design provides redundancy, while its cockpit is armored and crash-worthy, equipped with energy-absorbing seats and self-sealing fuel systems. The critical systems are deliberately separated and duplicated so that even if one engine or hydraulic line is destroyed, the helicopter can still fly home. The Apache's rugged engineering follows military crashworthiness standards to the letter, which means crews often walk away from situations that would doom other aircraft. In combat, this toughness is just as important as firepower, since survivability determines whether the Apache can fight again tomorrow. Weapons. America's flying arsenal. At the heart of the Apache's reputation as a tank killer is its arsenal. The 30mm M230 chain gun, slaved to the crew's helmet or targeting sensors, allows fast, precise fire against vehicles, troops, or even low-flying drones. Hydra 70 rockets give it a flexible punch, and when fitted with guidance kits, they become precision weapons. But the star of the show has always been the Hellfire missile family. The radar-guided AGM-114L Hellfire integrates perfectly with the Longbow radar for true fire and forget capability, letting the crew launch and immediately maneuver to safety. Today, the US Army is transitioning to the AGM-179 Joint Air-to-Ground Missile, or JAGM, which combines a laser seeker with millimeter wave radar for better flexibility in all weather. The Netherlands recently became one of the first foreign operators to procure JAGM in large numbers, highlighting its growing importance. In addition, the Spike NLOS missile has been integrated to extend the Apache's reach even further. With Spike NLOS, crews can engage targets many kilometers away, well beyond line of sight, and maintain control of the missile mid-flight using its camera feed. In August 2025, US Apaches in Poland conducted the first Spike NLOS live fires in Europe, demonstrating how the Apache is evolving into a long-range strike platform as well as a close-in tank killer. The parlor trick of the radar. The Apache's mast-mounted radar remains one of its most brilliant features. By peaking only the radar dome over the horizon, the helicopter can scan an entire battlefield sector, generate a prioritized list of targets, and share that data with other aircraft. This shoot-from-cover tactic, first tested in the 1990s, still works perfectly in modern combat, and the radar has been improved over the years with new modes and software enhancements. The maritime capability added in the latest upgrades makes it as valuable in literal warfare as it is in open desert. Speed, range, and performance. All of this technology would be less useful if the Apache could not get to the fight, but the AH-64E has performance to match its weaponry. With a top speed of roughly 164 knots and a combat radius of about 260 nautical miles, it can conduct deep strike missions, provide close air support, or linger in armed overwatch roles. These improvements are directly tied to its upgraded engines, rotor blades, and transmission, which allow it to fly faster, climb higher, and carry more weight than earlier versions. Networking as a weapon. Modern warfare is as much about information as it is about firepower, and the Apache excels here too. Equipped with Link 16 and other modern communications, the Apache can seamlessly integrate with other aircraft, ground troops, and command centers. This allows one aircraft to detect a target and another to engage, or for the helicopter to cue artillery and airstrikes onto enemy positions. The version 6 and 6.5 software upgrades focus heavily on this network integration, making the Apache not just a helicopter but a command and control asset in its own right. Countering the drone threat. Recent conflicts have shown that drones are as dangerous as tanks, and the Apache has adapted to this new threat environment. Its combination of sensors, radar, and weapons makes it effective in counter-UAS roles, able to detect, track, and destroy small drones. This adds yet another layer to its mission set, ensuring that the Apache remains relevant in a world where the battlefield is filled with both armor columns and swarms of unmanned systems. A global gunship. The Apache's appeal is global, with countries around the world investing in it to modernize their forces. Australia is transitioning from its Tiger helicopters to the AH-64E. India has begun operating its first batch of Guardians, and Morocco has taken delivery of the latest version 6 Apaches. Each country tailors the weapon's loadout to its own needs, but the core capabilities remain the same, showing the flexibility of the design. Built for the long haul, the US Army has already stated that the Apache will remain a central combat asset well beyond 2050. Boeing's roadmaps look even further, planning for a modernized Apache with improved sensors, survivability, software-defined growth, and integration with air-launched drones. This means the Apache will not simply be retired and replaced, but continuously upgraded, keeping it relevant against new threats. And that, my friends, is the brilliant engineering behind the AH-64 Apache Longbow, America's flying nightmare for tanks everywhere. If you enjoyed this deep dive and you learned something new today, smash that like and make sure you subscribe. Until next time, fly safe, stay curious, and I'll see you in the next one.